thank you for joining. This is your friend David Butanda. And before I start today, I want to thank you all for subscribing to my YouTube channel. This really encouraged me to perform more useful videos related to processes in logistics and also in accounting. So thanks a lot for watching this. And today I am going to be showing all the accounting process related to the procure to payment process. So first, I will create a purchase order by going to ME21N. This is the purchase order, and I go to the header level. And in the header level, we need to enter the purchase organization, the purchasing group, and the company code that is generating this purchase order particularly. So the purchase order is ZEIB, the purchasing group is 000, and the company code is ZEIB. I need to also indicate which vendor is going to provide the material. So I go to supplier and click on this search icon, and this is the criteria I have to search for a vendor or a supplier. I will search for the purchase organization ZEIB. Press continue, and I will select this vendor 504. I need to say what material I want to buy. I want to buy material X5, which is a trading good, PO quantity 1, and net price is going to be 10, the currency euro. And the plant that is going to receive this material is ZEIB. I can press continue. And here, the system will check if there is any variance against previous purchases prices. So this is just a warning. I can continue again. It will also check if the delivery date can be met based on the planned delivery time provided in the info record. Continue, and we can save this. A standard PO was created, 2475. You can double click on this one and copy the PO number. So as of now, there are no GL accounts involved in the purchase order, even though the purchase order is considered by many companies as a legal document. Here, there are no GL accounts movements yet. So I can close this one and go to the transaction code MyGo to do the reception of the material. So press enter. And here I select Good Receipt, and I am receiving against a purchase order. This is the movement type 101 for the reception of material. I can paste my purchase order number and press enter. I think I am missing one number, so let me copy the full number. I can go to ME22N purchase order change. Let me copy the number again and provide it here so that is a full number. Press continue, and this will bring all the information contained in the purchase order. So I am acquiring this trading product X5 for 1 unit, and I want to store it in the storage location ZEIB. So I can check first. It is missing that I say that the item arrived okay. So check again. The document now it's okay, so I can post. The material document is created 130, and if I want to check what this document contains, I can go to display. This will bring the last document 130, and I can click on execute, and then go to doc info and FI documents, and this is the accounting document generated 15. So click on this one, and I can check here the material, which is an asset. This is a GL account related to balance sheet, and it goes in the section assets. So when we want to increase an asset, we debit it. It is being debited. and it is being the other GL account that is being credited. We can check that it is being credited because of this minus negative sign. Is the GL account that is being credited is good receipt invoice receipt, and this is a temporary GL account that is being credited here as long as we receive the invoice. When we receive the invoice, this GL account is going to be debited. For now, the asset is being increased, and this GL account is determined with this transaction BSX. So let me show you. I open a new session and I go to OBYC, press enter, and I can search for this transaction BSX. Is this one? Enter the chart of accounts. My chart of accounts is INT. So with the combination of chart of accounts INT and transaction BX and the valuation class 3100, this GL account is being determined. So let me show you where you can find your chart of accounts and your valuation class. So your chart of accounts, you can find it by opening a new session and going to OBY6. You can click on position and search your company code, set DIB. This is the organizational structure that we also enter in the purchase order. So I go to the set DIB company code and go to the details to find what chart of accounts I am using. You can do the same if you want to find your own chart of accounts under your company code. So we know that this BXX is determined by the system, and we also know how to find the chart of accounts INT. Now let me show you where you can find your valuation class. You can open a new session and go to the material master change MM02, enter your material, X5 is the material I want to check, continue, deselect this one and go to the accounting view, enter your plan, set DIB, continue, and my valuation class is this one. And that is how the system is being able to determine this GL account for this asset raw material. Now we can search for WRX. This one we also go to OBYC, press enter, and for the transaction WRX, so scroll down, and under WRX, enter again your chart of accounts, and here we use a valuation group and the valuation class. So we know how to find the chart of accounts, we know that this is provided automatically by the system, and we know the valuation class, but we don't know yet how to find this valuation group code. In my case, I am using setDIB. Let me show you setDIB. setDIB valuation class, this GL account is being determined. So let me show you where you can maintain your valuation group. I can go to SPRO, press enter, sub-reference IMG, and in the materials management section, we go for valuation and account assignment, and then we go to account determination without wizard. And first you need to define that valuation group is at grouping code. And then you group together valuation areas. In my case, I am not grouping anything. I am using for my valuation area setDIB, the valuation group setDIB. And that is how the system determines this GL account. So again, the asset raw material, the material is being increased by debiting the asset, and this temporary GL account is being credited. And when we do the invoice receipt, this that is being credited is going to be debited, and the vendor or the supplier is going to be credited. Let's do that. So now, when we do the invoice receipt, we use transaction code Milo, press enter, enter your company code, set DIB, I enter my invoice date, and I will also paste my purchase order reference. I will copy this date also for the baseline date. So here I am entering the balance, which is this 10. Let's continue. And this is balance. So now with this movement, I am receiving the invoice. We can check here item 1, amount, quantity, item X5, and here we enter the amount. So I can save this one, and this created another document, another accounting document. So I can go to invoice document and click on display it, and then to follow on documents, and we can check that this one that previously was credited, now it is being debited, and the supplier, which is a liability, is being increased when we credit it. So the final step is perform the payment. To perform the payment, we go to transaction code F-53, press enter, and post outgoing payments. We need to enter the document date. That is going to be itself date, today's date. I need to find an account related to payments. So I will go to GL account, and I will click on this to search all the GL accounts created under ZDIB company code. So I can click on this binocular icon and enter a description that I want to look for. Bank receipt? No, this would be for customers, and currently I am trying to pay a vendor. So find again. No. Banks payable. So this will be a good GL account. You can create your own GL account. I will select this one. You want to check what it contains. You can open a new session and go to FS00, press enter. And let me show you what this GL account contains. So I can click on this icon, the binocular icon, and enter the GL account I want to find. And this is the one I want. Click continue. Press on this one, and let me show you how it is configured. This is a balance sheet account. So if it is a balance, there is no control here, and this is the field status group. So this is how this GL account is configured, in case that you wanted to know. Value date is also mandatory, and this comes from the field status group, and I need to enter the vendor number here. When I click on this one, I can search for a vendor, and my search criteria will be also my purchase organization certificate. I remember that it ended 504, so is this one the vendor I want to pay, and the account type is key, that stands for vendors. So now I can click on process open items. Oh, sorry, I forgot something. I forgot the amount that I want to pay. So I want to pay 9.8. The purchase order was for the price of 10, but I will tell you why I am entering here 9.8. Now again, process open items. And by default, the system will select all the payments I do. So I just want to pay this amount, but the system is considering everything. So what I can do is select all, they turn to blue, and deactivate items. And when I do that, this will become 0. And now I can select what I want to pay specifically. So I can scroll down, and this is the one I want to pay for 10, but I am receiving a cash discount for 0.20. That is why I enter 9.8. So I want to pay this one, considering this cash discount. And from where does this cash discount comes? I open a new session and I go to ME22N, the purchase order change, to show you where this comes from. So if I go to the item level, so the item detail, sorry, I can go to conditions, and here we can check this cash discount for 2%. And this comes from the payment terms assigned to the vendor. So we can check the payment terms by going to transaction BP, press enter. For this vendor 504, press start, double click on the vendor, and I want to see the role for supplier at purchase organization level. Click on this, enter your purchase organization, SARDIB. And we have here the payment terms CO2. If I display it, I can check that 2% if I pay within the first 14 days. So I am paying today itself. That's why I am receiving this 2% discount. So now I can perform the payment by clicking on post, and I can click document displayed. And finally, let's analyze these GL accounts. Check the bank, which is an asset, is being reduced when we credit it, 9.8. Discount receipt is also being credited, 0.20, and the supplier, that is a liability, is being reduced when I pay it. That's why here it is being debited. That will be everything. Thanks a lot for watching this Procure to Pay process. Thanks a lot.